This video is cannabis growing edutainment created for viewers aged 18 and over. By continuing to watch, you confirm that you are 18 years of age or older. All activities depicted in this video are conducted in compliance with our laws here in Canada. Oh hey, don't forget to watch to the end of this video for funny bloopers and dumb stuff. Okay, now we know you're a grown-up. Welcome to GrowDaddy TV.
I'm out! Hey everybody, I'm GrowDaddy, aka Patrick, and welcome. Welcome to GrowDaddy TV Studios. You've made it. You've made it to our 10th season, our 9th episode. And let me tell you guys, we are really happy to see you this week. The girls, and when I say we, I'm not just talking about me.
All of us.
Mrs. GrowDaddy, these girls, they told me to make sure and let you guys know that they love you and they're really happy every week when you guys come by and see them. And I'll tell you what, the girls absolutely look beautiful. And just to let you guys know, for the folks that just got here, what this show's about, I do a weekly update, and it's basically my journal, my grow journey, basically, where I'm growing organically, only 4 plants here in Canada, and trying to get, well, what can I say? Trying to get all the buds up on top. We're just growing the top.
And no
fucking larf. That's Mrs. GrowDaddy can't say it, but I sure can. They know you cuss, Mrs. GrowDaddy. You ain't so. But hey, so we don't like to get any larf. We grow all just nothing but tops. So we get a lot of buds. We pinch a lot, and we get a lot of buds on top, and we grow without a scrog, which...
Yeah, it's a really simple, organic, easy, kind of basic grow, and well, you know.
We've reached a point, but I've been doing this for 4 years now, 5 years, going on 5 years. This is my 10th grow. And we've gotten to a point in the grow where I have a lot of confidence kind of in what I'm trying to do.
Kind of consistency, right?
It's consistency, and when my grows start consistently doing things, which they've started to do, because I'm locking into certain things, like
a style.
It took me, I don't know how many grows before I started just keeping the tops, and found out that that's a good way to get rid of larf and give me some really quality good buds, and all the energy goes up to the tops. I get some really good buds and get a pretty decent yield as well.
And have more fun when you're trimming.
Exactly. And you know, I have plenty, with 4 plants, I have plenty for me and my friends. You know, well, I don't know about plenty. Can you ever have too much? I have enough. And I'm actually getting a little backstock of older stuff where I'm curing it. And I'm really enjoying some of the stuff from a year and a half old now.
It's your cannabis wine cellar equivalent. Is there a word for that?
No.
Stash.
No, and you know what? I'm no connoisseur in any way, really. Besides just, you know, and I said this I think last video too, is I don't really do smoke reports because I would just say the same thing every time, and that would just be that I really enjoy what I'm smoking and the flavors are good. I'm not much of a. It's a hint of sandalwood and some
You're a bit of a Philistine when it comes to, you know.
A little bit. I mean, I know guys that are much worse though. And you know who I'm talking about. He knows who I'm talking about. Okay, and Willie Nelson too, as well. You know, Willie Nelson. I heard him on being interviewed, and he was asked about pot, and you know what he thinks is good pot, and he goes, "Man, pot's pot. It all gets me high, and pot's pot." And so I know those kind of guys too, and I'm kind of in the middle there. I'm not
Well, you know, you got really excited about your Shiskaberry, which is why we're growing 2 Shiskaberries.
That's true.
You're chasing the dragon on those terps and just the.
If you guys want to know something I really enjoyed, it's a Shiskaberry. That's why we've got 2 in the tent now.
Thank you, Rocket.
Chasing the dragon. I'm chasing the dragon with that. We're in the 2nd week of flower. Exactly 10 days. We flipped them 10 days ago. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, like I wrote it down there. It's 30. We went 36 hours dark this time.
Exactly, and it's kind of a little experiment because we used to get our flowers used to...
They used to show pistils like even after 3 to 5 days.
We had as short as 3 days, and we've had 5, 6 days. And our last couple grows...
Several grows.
It's been 9 or 10 days.
Yeah.
And this grow's no exception. We did turn off the lights for 36 hours because we thought that might...
See if that would speed
things up, but it didn't. It still was 8 or 9 days. I think 9 days, wasn't it? I think we were 9 days.
I think 8 days.
8 days. We're calling it 8 days.
8 or 9 days. Whatever.
8 or 9 days, which really didn't change anything. So we won't be doing the 36-hour dark before again. Yeah. We've kind of done that. I really think when we were getting those you know, faster flowers, I really think we had a lot colder temperatures.
I think we started out colder and we turned the heat up.
But not much. We still didn't go up really high in the tent. They didn't really get above 75, where these ladies are getting up over 80 today, which we'll end up talking about too. And so at any rate, that's our deal on that. And today is 76 days from seed. And of course, like I said, they just flipped. And we flipped them after, they veg for exactly 6 weeks. That's what we did this week and this year, this season in the tent, is a 6-week veg on these girls.
42 days.
So it took 6 weeks to get 2 full tents, even with a runt. And I would have to say thank you. Thank you, Ivy. Ivy's taking up that whole tent.
She took care of it.
And also, if you just got here, what we do I hope you guys are still here that just got here. I hope I haven't bored you guys to death. But we do go through and we take a really good look at the girls. Yeah, we do. We take a really good look at the girls and go through them, and I show you maybe the training I've done this week or kind of what I'm doing.
Yeah, hang on tight because you get some weed porn later, and at the if you wait till the very, very end, you get some bloopers.
Absolutely, and we take you through what we're doing with lights, water, and our environment. Take you through everything we're doing in the tent this last week.
Oh, and there's a spreadsheet too that you can download if you...
In the bottom.
Yeah, in the
right
description there's a link and you can download our spreadsheet and see every boring detail. And you can also see the yields that we have.
And we go to all this extra effort of making the spreadsheet. We use it too. I shouldn't say we do it all for you.
We don't. We do it
we do it us too, so we keep track of things and we kind of look back on things. In fact, we'll talk about that in the watering segment because we did go back and we looked at different... We
compare grow to grow.
Yeah, but hey, let's take a look at what we're doing with our lights this week, what the lights have been like this week, because we did flip them. So let's talk about that a little bit. So as far as our lights this week in the tent, we are using a Mars Hydro
FC4000.
Thank you, Mrs. GrowDaddy. FC4000 EVO, and let me tell you what, they're made for 4x4s.
2x4s.
They're made for 2x4s, and they fit the tent, and they're really...
Yeah, this is a really good light. We really love it. It's got really good coverage, like even distribution of the light.
Lights are lights, and some will distribute light a little better than others because of the way they fit the tent. We're able to drop these down and run these lights at 15, 16 inches, which I've been running at, okay, you guys, and still only using 100 watts after we flipped. That's going to change here pretty soon. We're going to start upping the lights, but right now in transition, we're running the lights where we were running them in veg, basically. They're getting about 325 par.
Yeah, and we're going to start turning that up, though.
We will, maybe in another week or so. Before I leave, we'll probably start turning it up. Girls are still stretching, so we're going to leave the light exactly where it is, and it's the same place we had it in veg. The difference is, of course, we are in 12-12 light cycle now instead of 18-6. So we were getting more light on these girls when they were vegging, actually.
More DLI.
More DLI, but more light. They were getting light long.
Yeah, the daily light integral is basically, it's like the total amount of light that you get during the day rather than just like, what the par is or whatever.
Yeah, and we're running at, say, 325, 350,
par
on top of this canopy. And it's giving us about 14, if you're interested, it's giving us about 14 DLI. But I got to tell you something. I really have enjoyed bringing the lights down to be. I feel it's optimal.
Well, these are the Samsung diodes. Maybe that's a bit geeky, but like these have really good diodes in them. They're efficient. They're really good lights.
It's just loving them. I hate to brag on the lights too much because I really like them. It's just good. You have a lot of guys talking about putting the lights up on top of the canopy, and turning them up real high, and you're gonna get a real even, really good distribution of light down here. But you're wasting.
The higher up the light, the more even distribution, but you're wasting electricity.
You're wasting a lot, and that's one of the points to these bar style lights that are like this, is so you can optimally use them at lower with a lower setting and not
lower wattage. And you wanted to talk about, hey guys, why not buy a watt meter? It's only $20 or something to get a watt meter.
I did want to bring that up, you guys. We do use a watt meter, and you can probably see it back here, and we're going to show one. We're going to definitely show one on the screen as well. But a watt meter costs you maybe 15, $20, and it's what I plug my lights.
That's Canadian.
That's Canadian, and that's like $2 American, right?
$2.50 American.
Something, especially with the fucking American dollar is now, or the Canadian dollar. Woo. So. At any rate, I'm just trying to say, I suggest everybody, and I say this a couple times throughout a season, is I want to tell people this because I found out when I've had lights fail on me.
Yeah, and you never would have known because the naked eye could never perceive that the thing wasn't pulling the watts. That
Yeah, the wattage, but the wattage on both of my lights when they went out, the wattage was going up and down, 100 watts. And I couldn't visibly see it, and if I didn't have a watt meter or if I wasn't measuring the par on the canopy,
yeah, you'd never know.
It would be just another day. It would just be another day
just
growing.
Another mystery why these plants are all fucked up.
You could go through seasons and seasons with fucked up lights and not know what the heck's going on. So a little tiny meter goes a long way in protecting you from knowing if your lights are working properly or not. I think that's the tip. I think that's the tip of the day, Mrs. Grodaddy. I really do. And so I think that covers us for lights, you guys. And I'll tell you what, girls are loving the light right now. They are. And like I said, we'll probably be changing the light in a week or so, maybe in about another week.
Start to dial it up because we go from like 300 all through that. All through it, we get up to like what 700 and something watt.
We'll be looking at we'll probably be looking at 750 par, 800 par.
Yeah,
that's kind of where we'll be in flower, when we get there, and we'll go up slowly. When we'll show you how we'll show you how we do it and tell you how we do it in our weekly update. So make sure and come back and check out and see how we're changing the lights. And if you guys do it a different way, hey, let us know in the comments because I've never heard of any other way of going into transition and what people do with their lights. I don't know where I pick this up, what I do, if it's just
basically
osmosis,
not changing them.
I had lots of grows where I didn't have anybody stretch, probably because I started turning the lights up too soon.
Yeah.
I think that's what happens if you start turning the lights up too soon.
Yeah, that's how you actually slow down the stretch. I think if it's stretching too much, if you increase the
perhaps,
power.
or even if you do it in the beginning, as I did, in my first few grows. I think I may have done that in my second or third grow. Started turning the dial up, and I didn't get a stretch. The girls just didn't even stretch at all. So I'll tell you guys what. In our water segment today, the girls are drinking. They're drinking a normal amount of water. I did go back and look at what excuse me. I went back and looked at what the girls were drinking last season, and they're drinking about the same at this point in the grow.
Except for Sage.
Except for Sage, who's drinking. She's just a little tiny plant, you guys. We've had runts that are drinking more than her. Yeah. Although, I do want to say, and we'll get a good look at her in weed porn, but she is starting to stretch, and hopefully that means she's going to be drinking more water and getting bigger. Well,
that's what the literature said. It said this Chemy Lemmy, and it's an F4, so it's a real stable genetic, and it did say that Chemy Lemmy's supposed to get a really good stretch after the flip.
I got to tell you something, though. There's no room. She doesn't have any room to stretch. I mean, because I'll tell you what, Ivy has infringed.
Ivy's claimed the territory.
She's infringed on her space and said, "Sorry, bitch," and it's just.
Move, bitch, get out the way.
There's no more room. That's all I gotta say. We'll take a good look at it. But Heather is getting 1.8. That's her daily average of water.
For the past 7 days.
Yeah, and Fern, oh, she's doing really good too. She's getting 1.9. We're getting really close to just
1.9 liters. That's about almost 2 quarts, let's say.
Yeah.
A liter is like a quart.
Right. A liter's like, for you Americans that don't know metrics like I do.
Are you bilingual now?
I'm bilingual, yeah. I'm bilingual, eh? So, Sage is drinking 1.3 liters. Very little. I mean, like I said. And then, of course, Ivy's drinking 2.1, the most out of all the girls. That's what she's drinking at this point. But I just want to say, Sage isn't drinking a whole hell of a lot.
No.
But I'm not worried about her because she looks super healthy. She looks super
fine,
good.
And Ivy's kind of like taking up the slack over there in that tent. You should have your yield, between the two of them.
Ivy's scaring me because of how tall she's getting and her length. Nevertheless, she's going to do what she's going to do, and I can't
She's like one of those precocious teenagers. She's got daddy worried.
Yeah, but the point is, and what I wanted to make for a good point, or for the point for the water segment is, water's a good measurement of, if the girls are taking up nutrients.
Health.
If they're drinking, that means they're taking up nutrients, and they're getting bigger, and they're growing faster. And you know what? The girls went for a little slowdown last week, and even this week, because remember, they were on for 18 hours before, and now they're only photosynthesizing for 12 hours now. And the roots and everything are getting used to it. And you know what? This is my theory of it, is the roots take a week or so to start getting to a point where they're going, oh, we don't have all day to drink.
I never thought of that, because they don't drink at night.
And they're not used to, they're used to a long 18-hour day of photosynthesizing. and taking up water in that slower fashion and taking up much. They were drinking this much water before I flipped them, pretty much. You know, they were pretty close to this before I flipped them.
Yeah, just over a longer period of time. So they got to speed up now.
Oh, they are. They're already coming back. I've noticed this week they're starting to come back with their drinking because they're getting, like I said, they know they got shorter time, so they're drinking up more. That's our water, you guys. Hey, it wouldn't be our show if we didn't talk about VPD as well. And
what's VPD?
Vapor pressure deficit, and it's something that I didn't pay attention to for many, many grows when I started. We have a chart right here, you guys. All the growers in the community pass this chart around. There's different VPD charts. You can't just look at any one. This one isn't. I don't know if it's specifically cannabis.
It doesn't say so on the thing, but
no,
it is.
but maybe tomatoes and cannabis or chilies. You know, the things that grow like cannabis, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but this is what they pass around, you guys. And this chart will tell you, you know, where your optimal
temperature and humidity
should be.
Yeah,
for that, and they call that vapor
cannabis.
pressure deficit for cannabis. Go ahead and download that chart, you guys, and check it out if you want to, you know, see if you're in an optimal range for your photosynthesizing, which will help your plants grow faster, you know, and look really good. I mean, you can be out of that range, you guys, and what will probably happen is your plants will grow a little slower.
Yeah, a lot of people just ignore.
Well, I don't know if they
VPD.
ignore, but the plants can be grown in many, many different, you know, different climates, and environments. But I think
they have some favorite zones to be in,
and that's where the chart comes in. If you guys care, I mean, I try to stay as close as I can to the chart. And in talking about that, I will tell you where I'm at in my. I will tell you that where I'm at in my grow, as far as my environment, what I'm trying to do right now. And remember, I'm in transition, so I still think of it as veg, you know. So I still count it as veg. So I'm still trying to keep the humidity up to, you know, 70, probably closer. I'm trying for 70, you know, relative humidity and 75 to 80 degrees, but 80 degree temperatures is.
How many Celsius is that?
Oh, how many Celsius? I got it written right here, Mrs. Grodaddy. Thank you. 24 to 27 Celsius, you guys. And I'll tell you what, that's where I like to run them at least the first few weeks in flower. And then I will start in flower. Once I start getting some buds and start seeing some little buds and stuff, well, I'll start seeing some actually little buds. When I start, maybe third week, maybe fourth week, somewhere around there, I will start to dial the temperature down in here as well as the humidity. I'll bring the humidity down to 60, you know, maybe 55, 60. And I'll run my temperatures no warmer than 75, between 70 and 75. And I do that to protect the terps. You know, we noticed on our last grow, we kind of did that, and I really liked what it did because you can actually see the terps in a microscope.
The trichomes.
The trichomes, exactly, not terps. You can see the trichomes in the microscope. And
the trichomes are what contain the terps.
That's correct.
Terpenes.
And I noticed the last time I was looking that a lot less of them were, what would I call it, melted?
They exploded actually because you know, if the
warmer temperatures kind of melt them or explode them, I mean, you're gonna get high anyway. Don't worry, you guys. You can grow in warm. I'm just saying for optimal things. Here's what I'm noticing in my grow, and I'm just telling you what I noticed. You guys go ahead. Feel free to let me know what you guys think in comments because I'm anxious to hear what you guys think and what you guys do as far as. But I'm noticing if I run lower temperatures, I'm getting
more spectacular trichomes. Like we have a microscope. You'll see later on if you keep tuning in that we do some trichome porn sometimes.
There's always going to be enough trichomes to look at, even if you're running warmer temperatures. But I just noticed better looking trichomes. They were just all full. I didn't have a lot of broken ones or stuff like that going on. So that is what we're doing in the tent for our environment, this grow. And what we also do, and I like to say, because I know we've always got a lot of beginners or people are looking at this sort of stuff all the time, they don't know anything about us. Right-handed, fucking shoulder. I got to remember not to throw.
Golfer shoulder?
No, you know what? The rotator cuff. So now it's, it's racquetball injury, all the shit that I did all the years. Now it's just trying to survive my golf swing right now. That's all I'm trying to do. I only need another good 15, 20 years out of this shoulder.
Recover from,
I only got another, that's what we, Miss Grodaddy and I always say, we got at least a good 15, 20 years left. And we're going to be right fucking here. Right here. With our walkers.
We're going to be limping along.
We're going to be right in here with our walkers, you guys.
Episode 69.
Absolutely. So our next segment, you guys that just got here, don't know what we're doing. We do what we like to call weed porn. So we take you through the girls, get a really close look. We also talk about them, talk about, you know, maybe some of the training I did this week in the tent and some of the things that I'm setting them up for, because I've been defoliating these girls just a little bit. And I'll show you how I'm doing it. I've been cleaning off all the stems going up, not completely.
Not yet.
That's coming in a few days, usually about day 14, 2 weeks.
You're going to do a major defoliation and some Cushman chiropractic.
Yeah, but you want to know what? It's going to be an easy one because I've been really kind of picking some leaves and taking stems that I don't want to grow. I've even been taking sucker branches. Which
they're looking pretty tidy, but hey, let's go.
Let's go check out some weed porn. Stop fucking around. Come on. Hey, welcome to Weed Porn, you guys. We've made it. This is tent 1, and this is where we have Heather and Fern. And I'm telling you what, these two babies are filling out the tent. They're absolutely gorgeous.
Wow.
Looking really good, and they're waiting to get defoliated in a few days. Look, if you guys can remember the canopy last week, these areas needed to get filled in. As you can see, these areas are getting filled in. The corners, see these corners? Even over here, over in these corners, every corner is getting filled. So we have a completely full canopy. And we got another week or so of stretch anyways. And everything's looking really good. So let's take a look at Heather. Come on. Hello, Heather. Heather is our Shiskaberry from Rocket Seeds. And I'll tell you what, she is absolutely spectacular. Look at everything. The bud sites, we have all kinds of bud sites on top. And I'll tell you, here's, just to give you guys kind of a look at what I'm doing in the tent this week. You can see there's a couple curlers, right? We got a couple curlers in there.
Clips.
Yeah, a couple little clips, whatever you want to call them. There's a few in here, and they're working, okay? Those clips are working. Not a lot. We put them in, see, they're here. You can see them underneath the canopy. There's one over here. I mean, I could just start moving stuff and show you. We do have some curlers in that I'm using. And can you see curlers from underneath here at all? You really can't. A couple. You can kind of see them through the canopy too. And we're going to clean up this canopy this week and defoliate. But what I want to really show you guys when I go through here every day and I kind of move stuff is I also look, and what I've been doing is I've been removing stuff. See, look, I'm not going to use that. That is, see that? That's going to be too big of a stretch for a bud. Okay, so I don't want that there. And I might look down the stem and see if there's anything down here, which there is. Look, so if I touch, so there's a couple branches growing out of here. Can you even see me doing this? So I'm cleaning the stem a little bit, and I'll kind of do that to a few stems every time I come in here. And if I touch the top of one, I'll look at the top and make sure it's clean. Like that. Look, here's a good example right here, Mrs. Grode. I won't go through all these for you guys. Just show you what I'm doing. Look at that one. I think I'm gonna see that one. I'm gonna take this one off. Okay. I'm wondering if I should leave that one. Take it off. Mrs. Grode says take it off. I do remember the Shiskaberry did grow some big buds, but I'll try to leave them on the second or third node. Do you see? That's 3 nodes.
Count.
1, 2, 3, hon. That's 3 nodes. Maybe 4 when it stretches out. That's 3 or 4 nodes if it stretches out. I'm not really sure. Needless to say, it's just the top buds.
This way we don't get the larvae.
No larvae. Only growing tops, as we say. Just the tips. Just the tips, Mrs. Grodaddy. That's all. I swear to God, it'll just be just a tip. I swear, I won't use any more than that. So it's just the tips. Girls are looking. She's. What can I say? She's looking really beautiful, like she should be looking. And we're waiting to do a defoliate on it. Let's take a look at her partner in the tent. She's doing also very well. Fern, our Afghan Kosher. Come on. Hello, Fern. Fern is our Afghan Kosher. And I'll tell you what, from TERPYZ Mutant Genetics, and like all the TERPYZ we've grown so far, spectacular. I mean, she's doing really well. She's filling out her 2x2 section, because that's how we grow, in 2x2 sections. Each plant gets 2x2 space, hopefully. And she's got lots of bud sites up on top. As you can see inside, we've got lots of curlers kind of working in here. Just show you, we've got some curlers. And other than that, there's no adjustments today, really. I put curlers in yesterday.
Yeah,
I'm kind of letting things grow out.
Oh, perfect.
But you want to know what? I see something really quick. Okay, let's go back over here real quick to Heather. I see one, and this is the only adjustment I'm going to make, I think, on Heather today, is I'm just going to give her a little clip, okay? And direct her out and bring her down. So, hey, get a look at the whole canopy. Let's get a look at the flat canopy both of these girls have. See how flat the canopy is? It's real nice. And you can see I got a lot of clips. I'm using a lot of clips in her too. And I have no ties on her, and I have 2 ties on Heather. We didn't cover that. And let's look at the blue mat real quick, okay? Okay, I've watered a few hours ago, maybe a couple hours ago. We've got a moisture meter saying 58.
58.
Yeah, and over here for Fern, we have 53. So that's where they're sitting.
That means they're pretty wet, because like I think anywhere between 50 and 120 is where you want to be.
That's what. So they're right now they're loving life in the soil. They've got the perfect amount of moisture in there for the whole day, and they're just loving life. Let's take a look at tent 2. These girls are looking absolutely spectacular. They're filling out their canopy. We'll continue to move things out a little bit until we get these spots really, really full. You know, these any spots where we don't have a lot of bud sites, we'll get those full, and then we'll let everything grow up, and we'll handle it. We'll handle it in a few days when we go through the defoliation. I'm gonna do some chiropractic, some Kushner chiropractic on these girls to stiffen up the stems, make them really good at holding up the buds that way. So hey, you guys, that's tent 1. Tent 1's looking beautiful. Let's go look at tent 2, you guys, because I'll tell you what. Let's go check out Ivy, because she's a winner chicken dinner. Come on. Okay, it's tent 2. Come on. I'll tell you what, these 2 girls are looking absolutely beautiful. Sage, our Nectar Genetics, Chemy Lemmy on the left, and on the right we have Ivy, our Shiskaberry from Rocket Seeds, who is just absolutely taking up all the space in the tent. We have a full canopy.
Wow.
We have a full canopy, and as you can see in this canopy, Ivy has taken up 3/4 of the tent. You know, she's all the way over here taking up 3/4 of the tent. We have little Sage. She's trying to work her little corner over here, and she's starting to stretch, you guys. Let's take a close look at Sage. Come on. Hello, Sage. Sage, of course, is our Chemy Lemmy from Nectar Genetics, and she looks healthy. I don't know how way else to put that besides she looks healthy. She looks bushy. I kind of got in her and took a few yesterday I took a few sucker branches out of here, kind of cleaned her up a little bit. I could probably take a couple more sucker branches. I want to see her stretch out a little bit. And you know, every once in a while you can take a leaf. It isn't going to hurt you to take a leaf or something that looks, especially in a bushy little bitch like this. Okay. Well, anyway, you see what I'm saying.
Sage
Listen, Sage, you're absolutely beautiful, but I have been babying you for too long. Now it's time to start treating you like the rest of the girls and start pulling some leaves.
Oh, you know we
and being a little more aggressive.
Haven't been looking at the pistils.
Oh, we didn't see any. That's right. We didn't look. I'm sure you got the pistils.
Yeah, but just quickly, I want to just take a look.
We've only had pistils for a couple days. Just a couple days. Yeah. So there's some pistils. You can see them. They're there. There they are. Just a couple days worth of pistils. Nothing big. Nothing to write home about. But I'll tell you what. It's nice to see her stretching, and look at, she's transpiring. And somebody said in the comments, somebody said something about them transpiring because the
leaves are touching.
Because the leaves are touching, or that they're too
close together.
Yeah, they're too crowded.
Too dense.
And I'm just showing you the transpiring's happening on this top leaf, not on one of the bottom ones or in there. She's doing just fine. We don't have any problem with mold or anything else in this tent. She's looking beautiful. Let's take a look at down below and see what's going on down below on her undercarriage.
How about her blue mat moisture meter?
Oh yeah, let's check out her blue mat moisture meter. She's running at 55. You can see that, Miss Brody. We got her 55. And they're all in their mid-50s, so they're all just in perfect soil right now. She's got no restraints on her at all. You know, she's just sitting and we're just letting her do her thing.
She actually looks really good.
She does, and she's just starting to stretch. So we have a lot of hope that she's going to kind of stretch out and fill up her corners and a few places, and also stretch out
a little taller, maybe.
Yeah, and I'm doing the same thing with her at this point. Now I started kind of like, look, here's a branch right here. See this branch right here? It's clear to me I'm not going to want these lower sites because we grow up on the top, and they're going to stretch, and they have already. And I'm taking these two. I'm taking from these two nodes. I'm taking the what would end up being, you know, buds, and I'm taking those. And if during the defoliation, I'll go all the way down the stem. You can see some stuff on the stem too that I have to clean off.
Kind of peel it off.
Yeah. So that's how I take care of my girls. And you know what? I've been doing more of this in transition than I normally do, and the girls haven't shown any signs of not liking it. So I don't mind taking, you know, I think picking more leaves through the transition isn't that big of a deal.
They say a stitch in time saves 9.
I'm not taking so much that it slows them down or they really notice that much, but every day I pick at them. And you can even see I could pick at her a little bit because she's got some bottom nodes. You see here, she's got some bottom nodes that need to come off. I'll leave this bottom, I'll take this one, and I'm just leaving those top nodes right there. See, I think that's 3 nodes up on top. And I can see when they stretch, this stretch is gonna be so long, I don't want the buds stretching down because that's how you get larf. And we don't do larf in this tent anymore.
No, sir.
We don't do any larf. Anyways, she's looking absolutely beautiful. Let's go take a look at, well, what can I say? Let's go take a look at the star of Grow Daddy season 10. And that would be Ivy. So, come on. Hello, Ivy. Ivy is our Shiskaberry from Rocket Seeds, and I'll tell you what, she's an absolute beast.
Good gracious.
Good gracious. Lots of bud sites. Lots of bud sites. She's taking up her spot in the tent, and she's taking up some of Sage's, which thank you very much, Ivy. She needed a little help in here to fill up her space. She's looking beautiful. And as you can see, I have a lot of clips in her today too. There's clips, you can see them through the canopy. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. I'm just using some clips, trying to keep that canopy kind of as level as I can for now. You know,
Keep it down.
Yeah, when they're done stretching, you'll see me also maybe do a little super cropping in here, where I'll take some of the real long ones and bend them over. There's no reason not to have a level canopy. There's just no reason for it. And I'm doing the same thing to her when I see a branch. Like, look at this branch here. I'll just do one right here, Mrs. Grow Daddy. Like, look at these lower bud nodes. See on this one right here? Do you see that lower bud node? Now I'm doing this one-handedly because you got the camera in there and I'm trying to stay out of your way. But as you can see, I just take off those bottom nodes, and then there's no bottom nodes. And I'm leaving those top nodes because they're close enough. Do you see how they're close enough?
Yep.
And I do remember my last Shiskaberry, the way it grew. My Shiskaberry, she grew some really big buds, and I grew them kind of down here, maybe third, fourth node if they were close enough.
Yeah, that's the benefit of growing a strain more than once, which is something we hardly ever do.
Right, so it gives you an idea of how they grow out. And I could just sit here, and as you can see, I could sit here. Let's get this there, I want to show this over here, my hand. Do you see my hand? Do you see go up so you can see it, babes. Do you see these lower ones? Okay, just keep the camera there. I'll just show you, I just take them off. Okay, do I want that lower one? I'm gonna leave that one there. I'm gonna leave that one there because it might connect, but in another week, I think that might be 4 nodes. I mean, if it stretches too far, I'll take that node as well. I'll just take it. That's where I decide, and how it's kind of use a little common sense, a little thinking power, and sometimes
Judgment.
it's judgment, but sometimes you have skinnier branches. Look at this little skinny branch, for example. See this little one?
Yes.
She's skinny.
Thinner.
She's skinny. So I'll feel a little better about even going up a little higher and taking from the higher node.
Yeah, because a thicker stem could support a fatter bud.
I think so. It's just me thinking.
Taller
if I'm right or
bud.
wrong, I don't know. Just the way I kind of think in the tent. But I'll tell you what, she's absolutely killer diller. She's looking absolutely beautiful.
It's amazing, this plant.
Absolutely. Ivy, I'll tell you what, Ivy. You've been a go-to. You've been a clutch player. You've been able to come in here and help beautiful. And I want to say, beautiful Sage.
Beautiful little Sage.
Sage is absolutely looking really, really lovely, and she's starting to stretch. So we've got some high hopes that she's really going to stretch out and give us some really nice buds. We're not worried about you, Ivy. Ivy, we're not worried about you. We're not. I don't even know what to say. And I'll tell you what, girls, you guys down here are no slouches. Absolutely not. We have another. TERPYZ in the tent, and all of our TERPYZ always grow out really nice, don't they?
Really beautiful photogenic plants.
And of course, here's another Shiskaberry from Rocket Seeds. A little smaller than Ivy, but I'll tell you what, this is a very, very good growing plant, and she's doing really, really well. I love this growth so far. Everything looks really great. Let's get back to the show. Come on. Thanks again, you guys, for coming and enjoying another epic episode. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
We think so.
You guys are so cute. They're so cute. It's epic that these girls are doing so well. It's so consistent, and that's what's awesome is we're starting to get real consistency every grow.
Feeling safe.
Feeling safe. Lots of bud sites. Everything's on top. You guys, if you guys haven't seen one of our grows, you guys absolutely have to follow this one because I'll tell you what, we're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. We're going to grow a bunch of tops. They're going to be just absolutely beautiful, and there's not going to be any fucking larf. No larf. The girls...
Fuck larf.
Fuck larf.
Yeah.
Right, girls? Fuck larf. Yeah, the girls feel the same way. They don't want to see any... They don't want to see any bullshit on their legs. They want some clean legs because they want to just put on the heels and go out walking. So we're going to clean up everything on them next week. You'll see some clean girls here in the tent next week. Can't wait to show you the girls. Thanks for coming. Hey, don't forget, you guys, We love you guys. You guys are awesome. The comments are some of the best comments ever.
Heartwarming, and we just love every Sunday.
Yeah, so be sure to comment, you guys. We love to know what you guys are thinking, and we love to hear you guys'.
Yeah, give us feedback too. If there's more of something that you want to see or less, you know, let us know.
Oh, we just love everything. I mean, Sunday mornings for us are special. You guys, you guys watching our video gives us great pride and gives us a lot of really good endorphins.
It's very rewarding.
It is, and it's pretty fucking awesome that we're finding this at this point in our life, isn't it, Mrs. Grodaddy?
Lovely community of really nice people.
But not even that. How about us?
Yeah.
You and I have, we are so different. We're like two different fucking animals, aren't we?
We're like chalk and cheese.
We are, and we find each other, and this is what we do together. This is our thing, doing the videos and doing everything together. And we get a day together where we have to talk. We have to talk all day.
We have to do something together.
Yeah, and we start really early in the morning talking about what we said last. Let's try not to say the same dumb shit again. So we start really early in the morning, preparing and coming up with ideas or things that we want to talk about through the episode.
It's fun.
And it's brought us together.
Yeah.
So you guys are responsible for that. Nothing but fucking good vibes here. I love you guys so much. Thanks for being with us every Sunday. Love you guys. I'm out. Come on.
We're rolling.
All right. Okay, baby. Season 9, episode 7. Come on, that's all fucking wrong.
How did you even do that?
I was just thinking in my head thinking.
Your brain just spits out fucking random shit.
I just say stuff. Okay. Hey, we're on today. Hey everybody. Hey everybody. Hey everybody.
Okay.
All right. Okay. The old and look at what the group. Excuse me. We don't like to get any larf. We grow no fucking larf. That's Mrs. Grodaddy can't say it, but I sure can. They know you cuss, Mrs. Grodaddy. You ain't.
Fuck larf.
Fuck larf.
Yeah.
Right, girls? Fuck larf. Yeah, the girls feel the same way. They don't want to see any. They don't want to see any bullshit.
Yeah. Fuck laugh. Hashtag fuck laugh.